Craft Brews and Casual Conversations. It is a show that you might know or you might not know, but it's essentially there's two people and they talk every week or every other week. It sometimes depends because life gets in the way, and they just jib and jab and jab and jib. And in the current state of the world, things are decaying and things are going not great. So we try to be your little pimple of happiness. Please squeeze us, baby.
Cue it. Yeah, squeeze it. Cue it up.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life. Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Hello, Rob.
Well, say something again?
I said, hello, Rob.
Oh, geez. It sounded weird because the music was still going.
Yeah. Little
Hello,
overlay.
Drew. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a tired boy. I worked all day, and then I came home, and it was pretty nice. It was a little windy out there, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go on a run. And I ran 7 miles, and it felt great, but now I'm tired.
So the leg doesn't hurt?
No, the leg we're doing okay. It's feeling good. This is my third run post half marathon and post 15.5 mile run. So it's feeling good. It's been able to get in a total of like 14 miles in the last 3 days. So not too bad.
You're just running your life away.
I'm like Forrest Gump, which is the book I'm reading. And, a lot of discrepancies as far as like movie stuff, but we'll get to that in the future. We're in the now, right now, not thinking about old Forrest Gump. I am not drinking in the moment today. I will have something next time because I just, I need more hydration than I need alcohol in the current state that I'm in. So
Also, it's late there because we're already 48 minutes behind schedule.
Yep, which is okay. I get it.
I would say we're 33 minutes behind schedule.
Yeah,
Because I did say 6:15.
you did. So you're good. It's fine. I'm not upset. I'm not annoyed. I'm going with the flow, living the dream.
That's crazy because I didn't think you were upset. And I didn't think that there was any issues until you said, I am not annoyed. For some reason the specificity of I'm not upset, I am not annoyed. I think that's the best way to tell people you are annoyed.
I'm not though.
There's nothing you can say. I'm sorry. You're annoyed. Soon as you said I'm not annoyed.
Oh, my apologies. I'm not annoyed. I'm not. It's all good. I do have some beer related news that I totally spaced on last week, Rob, and it's about a beer that I'm not sure. I don't know if I drank it in my life. I would have to imagine I have, because it was definitely a staple in the state of Wisconsin. It was kind of an old reliable for like our grandfathers. People used to put it is Schlitz.
You're just. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut your description off, but that's the first thing that came to my head. And I'm sorry. Continue. Go on. It's a staple for our grandfathers.
Bars, old dive bars have it on their sign. It's like this bar, and then under it Schlitz. Like there was like we have that here. You like it. You're gonna eat pizza with it, and you're gonna enjoy it. Schlitz was owned and operated by Pabst Brewing Company after its initial kind of selling off a little bit. So a little history here. on Schlitz. It was a pretty dominant thing, and then it was like it kind of went down a little bit. It was once the number one beer in America, and traded the top spot with Anheuser-Busch. And it was the beer that made Milwaukee famous. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is like in the 70s is when the downfall started. It lost over 90% of its value, which is a pretty big collapse for any company. And then Pabst Brewing Company picked it up and kind of like did some things. But yeah, really like what caused the downfall was that they changed their recipe to cut costs. They were cutting costs even in 1970s, Rob.
It's not that. It's not that. I'll tell you, it's their advertising. They didn't stick with the times because Schlitz is just ordering a Schlitz. It smacks of a time when men were men. What'd you do? Wednesday night, Schlitz and slop night. That's for a quarter. The food's not going to taste good. The beer's going to be Schlitz. Now you go to a bar and can I get that frumpy snowman orange creamsicle baby juice? It's because I want it to taste good. No, you get a Schlitz, you get some schlop, and that's what you had back in the 50s, and you liked it because that's what you had.
Wow.
And as mankind, we softened, and they said, "Ooh, the Schlitz doesn't taste very good." They tried to change their recipe.
Yeah.
To keep up with the times, but they didn't change their slogan. And Schlitz still sounds like a hard drink. When you order a Schlitz, like people move away from you a little bit.
It's what you drink after a hard day's work.
Yeah,
a Schlitz, the working man
what are you,
beer.
A plumber?
Yeah, but the taste did change. People noticed, and it was like considered number one reason for it going down. It was picked up.
Oh yeah. For all the people that in case my what I just said made any sense, is all of it untrue. Listen to Drew for the facts. If you're here for beer facts, don't listen to me.
And then Pabst picked it up, and this was in like 1999, and then they started using their old 1960s recipe again. And re-released it in 2008, and it was like pretty much like a nostalgic beer in 2026. It is now Dunzo, completely eliminated. It is no more. No more can you go to those places and get the Schlitz and the Schlop. It's the Pabst Brewing Company has discontinued the beer production. They've made the last batch. It has gone out. It is out of their warehouse, no longer to be seen again. I did try to find some, and I didn't find it. So I'm gonna hit up a few other places and see if I can get some, because I don't know that I've ever had it. Like I said, I might have in my youth.
Go to Geezy's. Go to Geezy's. I bet you Geezy's will have an old Schlitz. It's probably the original recipe and can. It'll be from the 60s.
The keg from the 60s still. Yeah. But pretty much why they are discontinuing it, it became niche. It became low volume. And, now they're focusing on, they're continuing their focus on PBR. But PBR is not that great either. PBR is...
No, yeah, and honestly, to go right back to the old tangent, they went back to the old recipe, which means they drew in their old crowd of Schlitz drinking real men.
Yeah, and they all died.
And then they all died. Yeah, but at least they went out schlitzing.
Right. So Pabst Blue Ribbon is still their main focus, and they make old style. So old style is still got. I mean,
never. I don't. You got to be a real specific type of person to drink an old style, and I'm not saying that as a bad type of person or a good type of person. It's just a type of person that I've never found myself in a room with. Like that, I forget old style is a thing, but when you hear it, it conjures the image of the can.
Yeah,
and there's got to be a cult group of people that are just out there drinking old style the same way they're out there drinking hams and the same way they're out there drinking Pabst and
Colt
you know,
45.
when it comes to like the cheap beers, I never thought Pabst was a Schlitz was better than the Pabst.
I would,
in my opinion.
I would think so. Like, I would have PBR if it was there, but I just never. And like PBR is like the not so much anymore, but it used to be the punk rock beer. That was the beer that all the punks drank at the shows. They would go and they would be slamming PBRs and going into the mosh pits and doing all that stuff. And a lot of the venues that I would go to, one specifically, would give you a 24-ounce can for $5 of PBR. So it was, I mean, if you're looking to have a good time and you're looking to stay hydrated, $10 goes a long way. And, you know, now for 24 ounces, now you barely get a pint for $8 or $9, depending on where you're at. And it's, but yeah, so PBR was more of a out of necessity. I'm poor and I'm looking to listen to some good tunes and kind of catch a buzz. And that's kind of
somehow it captured the punk scene because I would go to those shows with Hams, and Hams was $2 cheaper for a case.
Yeah.
You could get a 30-pack for $8.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. So I'd split it. It was like under you got a 5, I got a 5. We both get 15 beers or 12 beers potentially, but I think it was 15. It was the big case.
Yeah, it was the 30.
The 30 pack.
Yeah.
And I was made fun of for not really made fun of, but ribbed at. They called me Hams. And I ran into these same guys 15 years later when they weren't punks anymore. They were just poor and they were drinking Hams. So I was ahead of them, and I was drinking at the time Scotch. So
you advanced.
I was in my Scotch phase. I had no money. It was still what's your well Scotch?
They called me Hams. That's the name of this episode now. Yeah, I remember.
I thought it was going to be well Scotch.
I always remember walking up into your room because you were because you had broken your leg, and then I was just popping in to say, hey, what's up? And you have your case of Hams, your leg is like kind of elevated into the air, and you're watching something like Seinfeld, or I think you were watching How I Met Your Mother or something like that.
I went through a big How I Met Your Mother phase. Yeah.
And then you were just like,
probably right around. Was it that old? Is that show that? Because I know Sundays were NASCAR day. When I was on the Painkillers and the Hams.
Yeah.
I can understand why people. I mean, if you've ever gone to a race, they're all just high on gas fumes, burnt rubber, and cheap beer, and it's a pretty fun time.
Yeah.
As soon as you sober up, you're like, these cars aren't going anywhere. But in the moment, it's. But yeah, I was watching a lot of Scarface and Aviator when I had the broken leg. I think every other day I watched the Aviator, and every off day I watched Scarface.
Dang. But yeah, so Schlitz is it's gone. It is
it's kind of sad. It is.
It is a little bit. It's like it definitely was your grandfather's beer, and now like the market is saturated with, and it's saturated in a good and a bad way, about with all the craft stuff and all the microbrews and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, in Wisconsin, I think now PBR gets a little bit of love, but really it's the Miller. It's all about the Miller. Yeah. MGD. There's a lot.
There's a whole region of people that are drinking Busch Light, and there's a whole region of like even Budweiser, that's an acquired taste that I've never gotten behind. I hate Budweiser. My dad likes Budweiser. I don't understand it, but when it's almost like he describes Budweiser to Miller the way I describe Hams to Pabst.
Yeah,
because it does have much more overwhelming flavor, and if you can make your profile fit that flavor profile,
mm-hmm.
then you get way more bang for your buck. Otherwise, you feel like you're just drinking water or whatever. But I was always a High Life person when it came to Miller.
My elevation of like cheap commercial beer, it started with I think at your graduation party, Ryan and I did have some MGD because that's all that was available. I didn't like it. I started with Coors Light. it was always like relatively cheap. And, it had that water aspect for a young whippersnapper kind of getting in the game. I think that's the way you need to start. Something that's going to make you piss a lot, and something that, you can kind of just have for a while and you feel the same. And then it moved to, I turned like, once it got into the bar scene, Bud Light. I was strictly a Bud Light person, and I liked it.
If the mentality behind I'm going to drink Coors Light because I want something that's going to make me piss a lot, is the shift to Bud Light at the bar because it's something that's going to make you shit your pants? Because
I don't know.
Bud Light is the worst next day experience. I hate Bud Light so much.
But that's what I went to. I advanced to that, and then in the later 20s into my 30s now, it turned into like the first IPA I ever had. I was like, this is disgusting. And now I love them. I like all sorts of beers. I always go towards the craft rather than something like that. But then, every once in a while, I'm like, because you can only have so many craft beers at 7 or 8%, depending on where you are and what you're doing. I then moved to like the next like commercial beer is the Blue Moon. A Blue Moon. I still enjoy a good Blue Moon, a nice Belgian wheat. It's pretty quality. But then now too, I've also worked up to actually enjoying Miller Lite. So
see, now that's an interesting turn of phrase. Yeah, actually enjoying a Miller Lite. It's you've acquired that's the thing that's interesting to me. Like that I wouldn't have thought about, other than the fact that Schlitz is now gone.
Yeah,
and it's grandfather's beer, and I love. I mean, I'm telling you, for as much as I like, I'm not like a conservative, but I have this idealism of the old that I wish would have carried forward into my generation a little bit more, which is like you go to your same bar, you have your same, like, it's like I grew up and I remember, like, it's like your dad had his brand, that's what he drank, and that's what he drank, and he drank it because he only had, your grandpa had that brand because he had 3 choices, and that was the one that was best to him.
It's like cable.
Yeah, we have so many choices now that it's literally become the exact opposite. I go to a craft beer bar at Tony's, and the whole point of it is what's new, what's on new, what's good tonight, what's regular approved, what's the bartender's choice, what's what do you have on? And if they don't change the taps enough, people start to go, it's all the same, it's the same stuff, so I'm going somewhere else, or when are they going to get some new beers?
Right.
It's literally a 180 degree shift in how we drink. The alcohol content is high, and the beer changes constantly, as opposed to, our grandfathers, who I think we should learn from, understood. You keep that alcohol content low, and you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's happened to you where you've gone out, like, or you've gone to a brewery, or you've gone to a craft beer bar, or just decided to drink a bunch of, like, maybe different craft beers. They all affect you differently. So, like, you have no idea what your day is going to be like tomorrow. I've definitely, like, when I was drinking, if I go back to a hazy now, and I drink I drink 2 or 3 hazies, like, the next day I'm just completely shocked. Like, I don't know how I did it when I started my little trek, because I came out here and it was, you introduced me to some of the weirdest beers that I have ever drank. I mean, I'm thinking the pickle beer, the mushroom beer. I remember the worst beers that we had. I remember when we did the Rogue Dead Guy Ale, or Dead, and I really enjoyed that.
I don't think they make that anymore. I think Rogue might be gone.
I think so too. But I remember that episode. I remember drinking. We were always drinking, and when we started this podcast, or when I came on, when I started this podcast. Sorry. Now it sounds like I started the podcast. When I started coming onto your podcast that you started, that's more clear. I didn't like beer. It's like I drank beer out of social, whatever. If I was going to drink to get drunk, I wanted to drink spirits. It's going to be
Right.
gin or rum or something like that. But that was the first beer I really liked, and you took me through that. When I came out here and got to Tony's and started drinking beer more regularly, it was like hazies. Just like anybody who's working their way into craft beer, you start with a hazy because it's sugar and fruit. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
But man, does it hurt the next day now. Like once you get back, it's like very difficult.
Well, on Friday I worked at the brewery, and a friend of mine stopped by. Then I got done, so then I sat down with him. I had one beer there. It was pretty low alcohol content. We went somewhere else because my friend was hungry and the kitchen at the brewery was closed. And then I had an IPA, and then I had a Blue Moon. So really like tame. And that's all I had. And then I had some water, and then hung out for a little bit, went home. The next day I had a freaking headache right away. And I was like, what is wrong with me? But, I still to this day, and really I should take this approach probably more often when it's not like I go out and party like crazy by any means. It happens maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But when I do that, I should just be drinking Miller Lite the whole time, because I have seen it. It does carry me farther, and I can last longer in just existing in the night. You know what I mean? I know that sounds sexual.
I think you put it perfectly. Existing in the night.
Like you know what I mean.
That should be their slogan right there. Miller Lite, existing in the night.
With Jeffrey Dahmer on the can.
Jesus.
Hey, he was he thrived in Milwaukee for a while.
That's true. He was a beer drinker.
I think he wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he definitely was. That's and to talk about like the beer journey or whatever, which I would love to know. I would love to find a recording of my grandpa and his buddies talking about their beer journey. It's like, no, they found Schlitz, they stuck with it for 50 years. The recipe changed, and they were mad, and then they,
right, and
then they realized cocktails are better or something, like, because then there's also that thing like my grandparents had a mini bar, and they made it cool. Now having a mini bar doesn't seem, I don't know what it's like to have a mini bar that's actually stocked and all that stuff, but they made cocktails. My grandparents, they made they had the full thing with all they had a full actual little bar in a cabinet, and they would make you a real cocktail. I don't go to many people's houses where they're actually doing that, but
right.
I do drink Coors a lot, and I will say, I have this affliction where if I drink too little, I get a hangover. Do you have that?
I don't know.
One beer, like one
half
pint of an IPA, and I stop there, I'll feel like crap tomorrow. But if I drink 4, fine.
Oh no!
If I drink 2 Coors Lights and just kind of sip on them for the night, I feel like crap the next day. But if I drink, I don't know, a lot of Coors Light and have shots of vodka in between, which we are one to do on our Sundays when we go and hang out at our friend's house or whatever. It's like they do shots of vodka, and then you're drinking Coors Light on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Fine the next day. It's always been that way with me, where it's like if I just cool it and sip a beer throughout the night, I feel like such garbage the next day.
Yeah, my grandpa's. I want to say my grandpa on my dad's side, he probably did drink Schlitz for sure. I think he moved to be a PBR guy, and maybe a Miller, but he would always like, it'd be between a beer, like an old school beer, or Jack Daniels. That's what it was. It's kind of, and then my grandpa too, when on certain occasions, like he used to always make me White Russians. Hell yeah, I like a good White Russian every once in a while.
That's I've been thinking about doing a White Russian again lately. I actually almost ordered one. Well, I did order one in a bar the other day, but they didn't have one, and I ordered it as a Caucasian. Just because I don't know. There's something about like certain. There's something about a time when like when you order certain drinks, like it just sounds like I don't know. I feel like a grown up, and I feel like kind of get a Caucasian. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds. It makes me feel a certain way. I feel it this right now in this moment.
What is a Caucasian?
It's a White Russian. It's just another name for a White Russian.
Okay.
I know that. I like why there's two. I don't know. Maybe it was the Red Scare. Probably it was a White Russian, and then they're like, we're not calling it French fries anymore.
Right.
Freedom. Whatever. It's like history repeating itself. But yeah, like there's always times when we'll go out and like the first drink we'll always get like a cocktail or something, and then we move off that onto just on the rocks because you don't want a hangover. We're old and sugar does things to our Olympic system. But I don't know if it's Olympic system, but that sounded sounded knowledgeable. Yeah.
Not
Olympic. Is that what you said?
I think you said limpic. Like Olympic is limbic with a B.
All right. Well, so thanks for taking that away from me. Cheers.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It is interesting, and I've never really thought about my beer journey before until today, and yeah, and then obviously like I've incorporated the bourbon with it, so it's what it is, and I don't really stick to any other liquor. I'm not interested in. I had a sip of a margarita on Saturday, and I was like, "This is disgusting." I did not.
Was it blended?
No.
Fruity?
It was. I don't know. It was a margarita, dude. Tequila.
Well, there's so many different types of margaritas. I mean, there's on the rocks, no salt. There's blended. There's
it wasn't
raspberry.
Blended. It was just like the mixed one or whatever. It was, and then there was no ice in it, and then they had salt on the rim, which is gross.
I always do no salt. I don't get the salt on the rim.
Yeah,
but
I don't like and also in Wisconsin, like everybody is obsessed with Bloody Marys. I think they're disgusting. They're so gross.
I can't do it. But yeah, me and you are on the same page there. I always want to like them though. That's one of those drinks where it's like, give me a Bloody Mary, give me a Caucasian. It makes you sound like, it makes you feel like you're you know what you're doing. It's I mean, honestly, I've been drinking John Daly's. I love ordering a John Daly.
The Good Boys?
No. It's just an Arnold Palmer with vodka in it.
Oh, really?
That's all it is.
He has a thing called Good Boys. Have you had those?
I haven't had those. Oh, actually, I may. Is that his thing? I thought that there's. No, I'm thinking Daly of the dad ones. There's like a vodka one that's like.
Oh yeah, no. John Daly owns Good Boy. Or he's part of it, yeah. I feel like if you're gonna call a White Russian a Caucasian, you better hope your waiter's white. Like, because if somebody of a different race comes up and you go, "Can I get a Caucasian?" then you just sound like a dick.
See, I was gonna say, you better hope your waiter's not in the Trump administration.
That's true. Did
that cross the line? Can I get a Caucasian?
No, I would. I would stick to that's just a weird.
You can edit that out if you want to. That's.
Oh, I'll keep it in there.
I was insta doom scrolling and these freaking whatever. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I will say, I would order Caucasian with anybody. Over like it sounds in my brain for some reason, it sounds more grown up and like
than a White Russian. Sure.
I don't know if it's the way it rolls off the tongue or something. It makes me think of It makes me think of a noir movie. I'm sure it has to do with the fact that the Big Lebowski called it a Caucasian in that movie, and that is a noir movie. It's a crime noir movie.
He called that Caucasian. I always thought he says White Russian.
He says White Russian, but he also calls it Caucasian.
Oh, he does? Okay. It's been a minute. You can also get a Black Russian, which I've enjoyed as well.
With the chocolate cream, right? Yeah.
Or it's just it's the vodka and the Kahlua with no like half and half or cream on the top.
Oh, see, the child in me thought that's where that's why you don't order that at a bar, because it doesn't sound adult when you go, can I get a Black Russian? What is that? It's like a White Russian but with chocolate milk. Please, can I get a straw? It's a little sweeter.
Yeah, but I haven't had one in quite some time. And that was really like, of course, like old fashions. I love those, but I drink them with bourbon. So, Wisconsin old fashioned with the soda.
I love a brandy old fashioned, and I have not had one since before my grandma passed.
Yeah,
and we had some brandy, some like Ukrainian brandy for some reason.
Oh.
Somebody gave Shonda some brandy, a resident, and I think that my plan is to go to one of our parties that we frequent with her friends or our friends. I'm going to say our friends because that's how I feel. I like them. I think they like me. I hope they like me. God damn it! I hope they like me. God, I'm a needy bastard. But I want to like get all the stuff and make a Wisconsin brandy old fashioned because I know Kevin drinks brandy. And he'll appreciate it, I think. And it's like, even if it's only one, because they are a little bit sugary. It's like, but God,
they're
I'm just
easy to make.
But they're just good. I don't know.
Yeah, I made
brandy. I like brandy. I do.
For Christmas, I bought a green apple brandy, and we had green apple old fashions.
That sounds so disgusting to me.
No, man.
Was it good?
Delicious. Tastes like a Jolly Rancher. It was good. So good.
Oh.
It was good. It was a hit.
Can you do an appletini with green apple brandy, I wonder?
I don't know. That's another thing. I've never had a martini. Isn't there olive juice in that?
It depends on how you get it made.
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever done a straight martini. So I'm digging cucumber martinis right now. They're really refreshing and good.
Mm-hmm.
But espresso martinis. I've been me and Shonda are on a search right now because she introduced me when we first started going out. She introduced me to the espresso martini, and we went to a place and it was so good. It was like this perfect mixture of, you could taste the alcohol just enough, and there was like a little cream to it, and the simple syrup wasn't overpowering, right? We've forgotten where it is. So now we're going to revisiting all these places that we've gone to, trying to find that original espresso martini. And it's not going well. And I don't see, like, we don't go to a ton of places. We're creatures of habit. But man, when you get a good one, they're good.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know if I can vibe with that.
You're not a vodka guy, It's like,
I'm not.
You're set in your lane. You like things dark.
Yeah.
You like to wallow.
Yeah. I'm like Eeyore.
So give me a. I'll take a bourbon.
Yeah. How was today? Yeah, not as bad as yesterday.
Yeah,
or something like, I don't know.
Eeyore would probably this sadly like, I'm still here, so not.
Yeah, no, I don't have that type of attitude.
I know you're not that Eeyore, but that's in my head. Like, if I ever like, Eeyore is absolutely just like waiting for the sweet relaxation of death.
He's waiting for the mushroom cloud.
Yeah, he's like, it's finally over.
He gets up and walks right into it, never to be seen or heard of again. Poor Eeyore. Wasn't he always losing his tail?
I don't know if he ever lost it or if it was just barely hanging on. I don't know. But he he's a realist. He saw the world for what it was, and that he couldn't change it. He wasn't optimistic enough to try.
Sure, I try to change things. Doesn't happen.
That's yeah. That's why it's the joke is that you're Eeyore, but you're not a full on Eeyore, man.
Yeah.
But also, his friends liked having him around. I don't think they ever they didn't look down on him because of his mentality.
They never dismissed him from the party. They never said, "Get the hell out of here, Eeyore. You're such a downer. We don't like you."
Yeah.
Good.
I want to see that tail getting smaller.
They probably never did that because they knew his mental state, and they're just like, we gotta take care of Eeyore a little bit, make him feel better. We gotta make him feel.
I'm not going to be I don't want to be an Eeyore's note.
Right.
Sadly, he'll be the last one in the group chat.
He will be, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, Rabbit's going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
I think if anybody's doomed for self-dismissal, let's call it, it's Piglet. Tigger is going to definitely get, in an accident. That's going to be a motocross accident.
Pooh's just going to have a heart attack.
No, Pooh's just going to suffocate in the honey jar, man. I mean, how has he not yet? It creates a seal. All right, can we talk about this? When you get a honey jar stuck around your bulbous neck, the honey creates an airtight seal.
That's right.
There's no air in there.
He's a goner.
When I bring this up in public forum, most people inform me that he is a teddy bear.
Yeah,
and I am wrong.
But yeah, I feel like that's the way he would want to go, though.
Absolutely. Dark room filled with honey. That's it.
His one line was like, when he would do his exercises, he says, "I'm short, fat, proud of that." And then he says, "I increase my appetite when I exercise," something like that. So yeah,
isn't it up, down, touch the ground, puts me in the mood
for food?
Or is that just from the movie?
That's in something, because I know it.
Because I watched so I was getting the Christopher Robin movie. I got the trailer on my feed in my algorithm at some point.
Yeah, so did I, and it seems so sad.
And it was hilarious to me. I'm legitimately. It was at the time when Chloe was waking me up in the morning to eat.
Yeah. By
nudging me in the face and stuff, and just that whole sequence of your ladder's broken. That's not a ladder. No wonder it's no good for climbing. It cracks me up. Still to this day, that's so freaking hilarious and perfect. And maybe it's the hunger. You've just eaten. Maybe I didn't eat enough.
That's true. Those are valid thoughts. My the relatable moment for me in that was when he's when he said, "I'm broken, Pooh," and he's like, "You're not broken, just cracked," or something like that. And I'm like, same. Me too, Pooh. You are
Eeyore, dude. I'm sorry.
Your hams.
What resonated with me was when they talked about how broken they were.
I don't necessarily. I mean,
But the point is that they realized they weren't broken, just
cracked,
breaking. Yeah. Just weakened for the moment.
Works of art have been, nothing but cracks in glass, and people have paid millions for it. So.
Oh yeah, there's a bell in Philadelphia or something. People freaking flock to it.
People, lose their mind over it. Did it just crack because rust, lime, calcium buildup?
I think it was poor bellmanship. Whoever cast that thing. But can you believe anything they tell you now? Unless you find the guy who rang the bell when it cracked, and he wrote down I felt really strong today, and when I've been lifting weights, and when I pulled the string, the bell cracked. Other than that dude's account, it's all cracked in the name of freedom. It shows that we can withstand the seismic activity of humanity.
They should put the the Rocky statue right next to it.
They should put the bell on Rocky's head. I think that would be
more suitable. Rocky is not a fictional character that you want to look up to.
He's more. Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, when you really break it down.
You know, in Milwaukee we have the bronze.
Man, even if you had a dog, maybe people love him if you had a dog. You know what I'm saying?
It's the stupidest movie I think I've ever seen in my life.
Not.
It is
I love
so
Rocky.
Dumb, and it's like written by Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, you can tell. That's
a good movie. It's got, but I'm telling you, like, you got to get past the fact that Adrian doesn't know how to act, and Sylvester Stallone had a stroke when he was in the womb. If you get past that, like, I don't think that you should put a statue and like have a city go like, this is our icon. But the idea behind the story of it is you keep fighting, even in losing. It was like probably one of the first movies where the protagonist loses.
Maybe. In Milwaukee we have the bronze. Jesus Christ.
Was that right in the microphone?
I mean, all of them have been.
I'm sorry. Sorry everybody. I've been sick.
Milwaukee has the bronze Fonz, And
but that's the fun.
Yeah,
he can hit he can hit a jukebox and it works.
Right.
That saves you like 5 cents back then.
Yeah. Now you just unplug it and plug it back in, and it connects back to the internet.
No, well, now it saves you it could save you up to $1.50 if you're trying to cut the line.
I know.
Can you imagine in this day and age if you could hit a jukebox and it made your song play in front of everybody else's?
That'd be
Holy
wonderful.
Cow.
The Fonz could do it.
You'd be raking in I'm taking requests.
The Fonz jumped the shark.
$1.50 a piece. That's how much it costs.
That's right. They'd be making some good money. I hate it. I always pay the extra to skip because it's like I don't know how much longer I'm going to be there. And like when you look at the queue, I'm like, my song's not going to play for another 40 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be here. I'm skipping these bastards.
Well, that's the thing though. We've created a culture. It's the same thing with the Fast Pass at Six Flags. Like, you used to get the Fast Pass and it was fast. It got you to the front. Then everybody started buying the Fast Pass. So the line just moved from the line to the Fast Pass line. Same thing with a jukebox. If everybody's buying the skip ahead,
yeah,
we're just lining their pockets, Drew.
Big jukebox.
Big jukebox is laughing their way to the bank, 1 quarter at a time.
Yeah, you're right. We're all just pawns.
I take a stand and I put in and I play regular. I don't care if this song plays on Thursday and today is Monday. I'm not going to pay for that Fast Pass.
I just start singing really loud so everyone can hear the song I want to hear.
Damn it, that's how you beat the system.
Or you bring a Bluetooth speaker, a really big one, and you play it that way.
You just blew my mind.
Look at that.
I don't even pay the quarter. I just start singing.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline. People are going to join in. You know it. They can't stop. They can't not.
People love that song. I don't know why, but it's the bop, bop, bop. So good, so good, so good. Yippee. I do like that song because odds are if I'm playing it, my night is about to be done DJing. So that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Not because I enjoy listening to the song. I don't think there's been a single wedding that I have not played that song.
Yeah, it's because it brings people together, man.
It's always a hit. And then I can play Mr. Brightside by the Killers. That's like a modern day Don't Stop Believing. People lose their mind over that song.
Which doesn't really make sense to me because if you listen to the lyrics to it, I don't know if it's wedding worthy.
Oh no. Neither is Hey Ya, but I play that all the time too. That song's
I just heard a rapper talking about Hey Ya and about how the complete misconception of the song versus the music of the song versus the song itself.
Right.
Because I was listening to a reaction to Blues Travelers' "The Hook,"
Oh.
and if you listen to the lyrics of "The Hook" by the Blues Travelers, that song is really good.
Yeah.
And he's literally saying in that song about how he doesn't have to, like, it's the God damn it, my drink's gone, so I can't speak anymore. But it's like basically the false nature of all these things and music, politics, whatever. But the music especially, it's like if I say something in this way, I don't have to say anything to you. I've already drawn you in, and it's the hook that brings you back. But I'm not telling you anything. Mm-hmm. And then he gets in that little like rap section or that like rhyming section. Holy cow, he lays it down. Go look up the lyrics to that song while you're listening to it. It's heady, and everybody's out there just skying it up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's talking about burning cities to the ground because he doesn't agree with the politics and the industry and the MTV and the this, and he's got pride. And I'm telling you, that song's it's worth a listen to the lyrics. He sings it fast. And that was back in the day when you had it on the CD player. You didn't have the book.
Mm-hmm.
You always lose the book to the CD.
Right. All right.
Right in the microphone again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we're gonna cut it short because it's getting late for me. I got to go to bed and can try to contribute to society tomorrow. You also have to contribute to society tomorrow, but it's just not as late for you. Time zones.
Yeah, they're bizarre. Just about to go down.
The sun's been down on my part of the world, but So with that,
that's an Eeyore mentality.
You're right.
Sun's been down. No, the sun's about to come up, my friend. That's how you got to think about it.
Yeah, in a while, but right, correct. Eventually.
Don't count the minutes.
Don't count the minutes. Just know that it's going to rise.
Just know it's going to happen.
Right. So I drink nothing. Rob sipped some whiskey, same old whiskey from last time. And was it as good when you were sick as when you're not sick?
It cut through, but it's making me have to cough again. So
there it is.
I've been trying not to. Yeah. No, there's a big one coming.
No wonder it used to be medicine back in the day. Here it is. Now he learns the mute button.
I forgot about the mute button. Yeah.
Well, lessons have been learned. Rest in peace, Schlitz. If I can get some at some points, I will raise a toast to you. But it's really the end of an era in the world of beer. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. Before you do your eulogy, call Geezy's. I bet you they got a Schlitz. Yeah, maybe. There's one other place. There's one place I can go and get it on the tap. That I know. So okay. We'll see. We'll see if I can make it there. We'll see how it goes. I'm not that determined, to be honest. But you
should be. I if you haven't had it, I wish you would. I mean, that's a long-term staple of beer that's gone down the tube now. So like, that'd be like saying you found out that Elvis Presley, they've burned every copy of Elvis Presley and all his music, but down the road, down the 175, you might be able to get a copy. It's worth taking the drive.
Elvis's,
although somehow I'm now comparing Schlitz to Elvis. That might be a little bit off.
Elvis died on a toilet, and then Schlitz might have been the reason that people died on a toilet. So I guess there's a correlation.
Yeah, my headset's gonna die.
Okay, just like Elvis.
Bud Light will be the reason people die on the toilet. I know that.
All right, hams. It's been real. linktr.ee/dudes with brews for all the things, all the links, all the stuff. I've been trying to watch the same X-Files episode. I think 5 times I've tried to watch it, and I keep falling asleep every single time.
It happens. It happens to even me.
So I'm really working hard to watch season 2, episode 1 again, and I'm gonna watch it. You know, I'm gonna try to get up early one day and just watch it. And,
sometimes they just do it to you. It does happen.
Yeah, so we'll get there, and we'll have more conversations. Lots of things we can discuss, but it is not night time, so you know.
Goodbye, Pew Pew Audio.
You got it. God bless.